My name is Tamiri, and I'm going to tell you what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. I grew up super smart, always getting A's, always getting in trouble, and being super righteous. I used to save kids on the back of the bus. Hallelujah. The little orange Bible, New Testament, with my little hands and barrettes. That's how Marie do. I was always snitching. Harry Potter, my favorite character, was the golden snitch. I wanted to be the golden bubble that ran around. That was my goal. Um, I was very smart, and I had parents that worked two jobs, and they were also very much narcissists, and they did not want kids. And you know how that goes. You know how that goes. I had siblings, and all we did was fight. At school, we fought, but we were at least in the hood, wherever that hood was, we would fight together. Ain't nobody gonna beat up my sister but me. You know what I'm saying? You know how we are. Y'all know how we are. Anyway, I tried all the drugs as soon as I could. Got caught smoking cigarettes, got beat up for that. I mean, as soon as I was out of the house, I'm on ecstasy, drinking alcohol, trying to escape because I never got to speak. I was very intelligent, and everybody always told me to shut up. Tongue in cheek, you know. I became conscious in books. I realized very early that my whole family wasn't my family. We had nothing in common. They never liked me. They never wanted me to hang out with them. For fear I would tell, because I was always snitching. But that's a good thing. It comes in handy later in the story. I joined the military because Harry Tubman told us that we were an invisible train. I knew I was in slavery, and I didn't want to be there. What is the year? Some call it 2024. Well, for some people, it is 2024. For us, the Melanites, it is 1836. That was the day that they freed the slaves and said they were going to give them 40 acres and a mule, but they actually just slaughtered everyone who didn't have a job and burned them alive so they would run home and ask for a job again so that they wouldn't get killed. So it was like a reverse Uno. So we're still in there, 1836. There was no land given, and everybody's still running around saying, I gotta go to work. Busy, busy, busy. And now everyone is worshiping Jesus as the Trinity. It's a wonder why humanity is at an end for some races and some not. I mean, the only races to heaven and hell, and the people who are winning in 3D are definitely going to beat us all to the undesired destination. But the ones who are here, still behind with us, it is important to know that the original Trinity was a melanated woman. And that is for a reason. We are the discerning smart monkey who climbs to the mountaintop and observes and then becomes enlightened. Now, men want to be in charge of everything, but the truth is there are no men. For without the breath of life, you are just a mummy. And when you worship another man's God, you're his dog. It's as simple as that. Ethiopians were not physically colonized, but they did get colonized by Christianity. They've been killing any African spirituality since the beginning of time, replacing the characters with Caucasians, and now you are pretty much categorized as demons, and they're trying every lab rat experiment on you, from BBLs to turkey teeth. I mean, you name it. And trans, I mean, the Melanites will try it first. They'll fight for every group because they have disassociated from themselves and been used for every century to fight everyone else's wars, to stand up for everyone else's problems. And that is simply because we're the only ones with the power to actually do that. Now they're making robots to replace you, and you can see Melanites saying, AI, wow, you can talk to them? You're the AI. The artificial intelligence is to make you want to be human. You're not human. Like, that's why they called you 3/4 of a human, because they took you apart for 400 years while you couldn't read and write, and they know your ins and outs, and you don't. Your skin, there was brown dinosaurs, you know. It works like a reptile. The Caucasian man is telling you who you are, and you listen to him. we're just human, you know? You're not human. And you're not even alive. You're actually mummies. Without a queen to lead you, a warrior, you are just sitting ducks. And because men want to rule everything, they will just start sects of their own behavior and continue on. This is not my business. I received the breath of life for the reasons that I received it. Since I was 5 years old, I knew that I wasn't free, and I had intended on doing everything other than submit to a Caucasus demon and do anything else. After a while, at age 33, I resurrected on a mountaintop. I had a panoramic view apartment, gang stalked, harassed for a couple years, didn't realize that I had been chosen, and the whole neighborhood had actually started doing Shakespeare theater. I mean, they put police in my house, falsified warrants, raided my temple. I built a temple on the top of the mountain because God told me to. I read Ezekiel 4:9. I read pretty much everything you could get your hands on. And I then realized I had been chosen to do my part in the story. So I am the divine feminine warrior. I left the military as an information technology specialist. We used to program IP addresses from scratch, doing long math by hand. Exciting times. Often inside there, I wondered, why did I come here? What am I doing here? And I would go to sleep again. Once you get the breath of life, you can't go back to sleep. And you don't want to. Especially when you have divine intervention showing up when you cannot show up for yourself. Why am I on this video right now? Because I am your leader, whether you bear witness or forbear. I have a divine gift from the Creator that is uncontestable, that I am the Trinity. And I want nothing for myself, only the freedom of the Melanites. You must fall under the Ankh. You must unite with the melanin armor and nothing else. The reason why they broke us up and broke the noses off is because we have a divine birthright. Once it comes down, it's a new consecration, pretty much. And all those other religions don't have anything but old stories and things from a long time ago and a propensity to bomb one another. I have always been very smart, but I have been granted all those extra gifts and something on a sonogram that cannot be denied. Now, I implore you to look at yourself if you have melanin skin and high five a mirror and tell your inner child that you forgive yourself for all the things that you did here to survive, and start to read the Sesh-Meduna-Cher, the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, aka the Sesh-Meduna-Cher, which is the correct word, it's Necher, and try to free yourself before it's too late, because I don't really have all the answers, but I have them all as soon as they're asked, because I get my counsel from a high source. I intend to be a light in the dark. Everyone is excited, chasing dreams, but it's 1836 and this is a concentration camp for us. We're being liquidated. And everyone's talking about praying, but they need to be praying with an E. I twirl my stick. I carry my ankh. I practice my ma'at. I keep the ambulance and paramedics away from me by doing that, because this is yoga. So if you're in the world with a big ankh on you, a nice and something white in your mumminess, put some paint, draw ankh on your forehead with some mascara instead of those baddie eyelashes. We're in the end times, y'all. I've been running since I was 5. And this is my dream. So God has also decided to come along for the ride. Literally, he rode in on a beast and made me whole again. I was 80 pounds more than this. I was confused by my gender, sexuality, self, until I went alone for 3 years at the top of a mountain. My apartment had a panoramic view, and I was risen after banging at the gates of heaven. My apartment was shaped like a sarcophagus, and I was at a stargate, and I was unaware of all these things until Tahuti played my movie. The moon would rise right over my apartment, day and night. The sun, day and night. The stars ran right through the apartment. And I did not know that I was the one that they talk about. But the book of Enoch came knocking. Ezekiel 4:9 came. Public humiliation. 2 trips to the psych ward. Forced medicine to keep me from yelling from the rooftop about the genocide. Everything came crashing down. And now, as a veteran, as a resurrected mummy, I am Heru. And I have the Yahweh, whether you bear witness or forbear. So this is just a message to go into the sun, into the box out here in the matrix. Get an ankh, get a staff, and learn your language. You're the first artificial intelligence. Program a divine God for extinction by giving up the one thing that you have, your birthright. You are the mortuary cult of Khufu, and we came for the women left behind here, who too understand that they don't need anything but the Most High Source. We have to unite because the man has left us here to fend for ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually, and go back to the original ways. We must form a cult within ourselves because they don't value us anymore. And I'm speaking of the specific group who doesn't. And those who do, faith without works is dead. And we're all dead. The melanin women are disappearing. The man doesn't care. He's playing basketball, Madden. He's on the box making money from his prophecies and whatever else. When the time comes, no one will be there for you. They'll be sending thoughts and prayers. Tahuti didn't send Tahuti's and prayers. He formulated plans, made action, and took care of one another. We need to gang up together, Melanite women. If you're able-bodied or you're not, you need to start getting able-bodied. You need to start walking in your righteousness so that we can meet one another and we don't need to speak. We need to move in silence, communicate telepathically, and we need to assist one another because they've left us here to die. I believe we should start a California sect of Aset, and we should go take care of our sisters and not just pray. If they're being gang stalked, if they're being jumped, we need to be wearing our bumblebee clothes and come buzzing to each other. I'm in California and I'll come and run it, okay? If it's just me. The time of sitting back and waiting is over. I'm here. It's divine intelligence that you need, a scientist, and something who is willing to die for the right. I don't need to tell you everything that they've done to me or how long it's really gone on. It doesn't even matter. because I've already been blessed by the Creator. In 1 minute with Him, 1.5 second after He weighed my heart, it didn't matter about anything else that had happened or anything that's happened since. I gladly give my life for the future of the Melanite child, because I've already been promised the kingdom and been given way more than I probably was ever owed, based off of the things I thought I was doing. But even though they programmed our ships to fail, it doesn't mean that I don't have the key. Have faith in yourself, and whether you believe me or not, that doesn't matter. What's important is we need to unify underneath a sign of our own. All those names in the Bible are Caucasian Jewish people's names, their family names. You're their scapegoat and their fall guy. The stories are real because they're our stories. That's why they resonate. The words are real because that's why they resonate. But all of these stories and all of these triumphs are all written in the text of Kemet, Egypt. Okay? So, high five your mirror, love on yourself. And yes, this is happening. It's very true. We can only free ourselves in a genocide. Look how long it's been. It's not getting any better. There are no men. We're all mummies. And only I can raise the dead. And who do I want to raise? The melanin woman's head who's been left down, trodden on. We are the strongest ants in the colony. No weapon can form against us when we're together. You have to know that. Fear, in our language, the Sesh Meduna chair, it means to try something. You've been coded for learned helplessness. The KKK's all around. The police are here. Oh man, they're the Egyptian, the Kemet, they were warriors. All these people in churches, they need to be getting sticks and fighting together. They need to take off the clothes and the makeup, and they need to get in their white mummy humble suits. Stop eating the trash. Start now. Turn your feet away. Because the children are going to be left behind. If this message resonates with you, then you're one of my kind. If it doesn't, you're your own design. Remember, the only race is up or down. It does not matter who awakens you or how. It just matters if you bear witness or you forbear. If you have any questions, please leave them. Any trolling? Hey, I was in the military. Queen of the trolling. I can rap, I can sing, I can freestyle, but I'm not a rapper. I'm a prophet, but not for profit. I will probably end up putting donations up here so that I can get you guys to buy bricks so that we can build something, because we need to put some bricks down somewhere. We need to start nursing our wounded in this war, in this genocide. Peace be unto you. May love and light find us all. I love you.